Welcome to Connecting with Your Clients. This live stream is all about you business owners and how you can get your team to help you connect with your clients. I am joined with Coach Megan, our client happiness coordinator coach. Megan, thanks for jumping on with me today.
Oh, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. So listen, everybody, we're going to get right to the point. We've got, 10, 15 minutes worth of material. We're going to keep it short, but three things. We're going to talk about your team, and we're going to talk about the different things they need to know about customer service. Number two, we're going to talk about how you can, all different team members can really get in and work on honing their skill. And finally, about those systems, those all important systems that we love. Coach Megan has helped coach up dozens and dozens and dozens of owners, admins, assistants, different people. So we're going to tap in a little behind the scenes on how you can connect with your clients and how biz owners, how you can delegate to your team to have them be able to work effectively with your clients. So Megan, shall we jump in?
Absolutely. Let's jump in. There's so much we can say. We only have 15 minutes to do it in. So let's make sure we get the best stuff out there for our people.
Awesome. First and foremost, can you share a little bit about all the different types of people that you've worked with in this coaching role, from owners to like the highest level to the lowest level?
I mean, you said it, really. I have worked with people from the highest level to the lowest level. I've got virtual assistants coming in, or in-person executive assistants coming in and working with me. People who are in transition from one role to a new space of taking over client care. So they are midway through changing their roles and they're somewhere in the middle. I've got middle management that comes in and talks with me about what it looks like to not only create great client care, but also what it looks like to lead their team in developing great client care and how to put that into place. And then I'm also working with the owners, the executives, the CEOs who really want to know how to make sure that what they've got client facing is chef's kiss perfection and absolutely on point. So anybody on any team can come and work with me on client care if they're facing their public.
I love it. I think what's so great is that sometimes it's the owners that are very intrigued and want to get better, but so often it's like that new virtual assistant, that new hire, or that person that maybe has been wearing a different hat. We want to transition them into doing this other hat. And it's, I love seeing, I get the benefit of seeing all the testimonials after and all the rave reviews from owners where they're like, I don't know what Megan did, but she like totally trained. This person has so much confidence now. It's awesome. So, well, cool. So let's go on to number two. I mean, besides the fact that everybody can benefit, share a little bit about connecting with your clients and what is customer service and why is it that people need to hone this skill a bit more?
Customer service is a fancy way of saying hospitality. It's our way of making sure that the people who are paying for our services or our products feel valued outside of the dollar they're handing us. So we are finding ways to make sure that they feel like they are valued, that they're appreciated, that we are glad that they've come to spend time with us. Say you're going to go get your coffee at Starbucks. You're in line. Maybe you're even in the drive-thru. Great customer care can be fast. It doesn't have to be slow, right? When you're at Starbucks, they give you a great big shiny hello when you walk in or you drive up to the little box. And when you get to the window or when you get to grab your coffee, they give you a shiny goodbye. And they are very friendly and happy and exuberant. So when we're talking client care, it's a matter of making sure that we're giving a great system to our team to make sure they understand what it needs to look and sound like. But it's really all about making sure that that client feels like it was a good experience when they walked in and it was a great experience when they walk out, whatever that looks like for you in your business.
So you said something in there that got me going. Customer service is hospitality. And I also think that this is goes to client happiness, right? I mean, people that have that raving great experience are more likely to come back and do more with you. And just those little, that shiny hello, the making sure people feel taken care of and listened to, just goes such a long way to that client happiness, where people want to get back on a call with you, want to do more with you.
Absolutely.
Can you talk a little bit about, I mean, in today's day and age, many young people entering the workforce don't always know what to do or say. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so it always, of course, looks a little bit different for every business. Whenever I'm working with teams or team members, the starting place is really figuring out, what does it look like for you to bring hospitality into your business in a unique and wonderful way. But there's always that baseline, the bones, the structure of it that's at the bottom of whatever you're building on top of. So the foundation is really us finding a way to get engaged with our client in a respectful, professional, and happy manner. We're not always going to come to work delighted and joyful. Sometimes we have our days, but being able to find a way to don any kind of respectfulness, politeness, level of I'm glad that you're here is really the baseline of where we want to start. So if you're fielding a phone call from a client, if you're emailing somebody, when we can find a way to layer what feels like a smile into that experience, it's really going to go a very long way for the clients that are on the receiving end of that. So generally speaking, if you've got someone physically coming into your office, being able to greet them with a smile and a wave, or even a handshake perhaps, those are really good starting places. Giving someone eye contact is incredibly important when you are meeting someone. If they're coming in and you are not looking at them, they're going to feel like they're unimportant. Right? We talk about leaving our cell phones off at the dinner table when we're dining out with our friends and family. There's a reason for that. We don't want to look distracted. And so the really beginning stages of great customer service is us doing very basic human kindness, where we are trying to curate a sincere connection with somebody else, even if it's very, very brief. Perhaps it's just the receptionist who's fielding the phone call and about to send that phone call to the right office, but they still need to sound like they've got a smile in their voice, and they want to be polite when they're talking to your client. And so whenever you're training or developing your team, you want to be encouraging them to find ways to embed the sound of their voice with what seems like a smile. So for us to have a cheerful, bright tone, I don't care what timbre your voice is, you can sound cheerful. Whether you're a baritone or a treble, you can bring that joy and that delight into how you're presenting. So for me, that's always the very beginning of how do we make somebody feel warmly welcomed into whatever they're walking into. And then from there, it's so valuable to be able to make somebody feel like what they're bringing you is important and interesting to you. So genuine curiosity is the second component to great client care. When we're able to show somebody that we're really interested in what they have contacted us for, then we are going to let them feel like they're important and that they're valued and that you want to do something about what they're bringing you. So when we can bring that question mark in and explore with them, that curiosity, it feels so good. I mean, who doesn't like talking about themselves a little bit? I mean, just a little bit. Not in an egotistical way. I know some people get squirmy, but it feels good to be able to have an audience when you're speaking about something that you're passionate about or that you love speaking on. Same is true when you are telling someone who is a business person why you're contacting them. Your clients are going to feel really good for when you spend time listening to what they're bringing you. And then when you can tell them, you know, I think this is going to be easy for us to fix, or I believe that we're going to be able to create a solution for you, or thank you so much for bringing that, or I'm enthusiastic and looking forward to serving you in this time. Those are all amazing ways to allow your clients to feel as though you're glad that you've come to work today and you're really looking forward to being able to serve them and take care of them and help them with whatever it is that they're coming in. Even if that's just a coffee at Starbucks. Yeah, everybody needs their caffeine in the morning. So for them to be able to walk out with having had a smiling barista experience is a great thing for them. And same is true on any level at any business. Giving them the opportunity to share exactly what they want and why they like it or why they don't like something or whatever it may be, all super valuable in client care. It really allows people to feel the sincerity in what you've got going on in your universe. The third thing for me that I like to talk about is contact with your clients. Now, everybody's businesses are a little bit different, but a lot of businesses are built in such a way where there's a quiet period to the work that they're doing with their client base. And instead of that quiet period being silent, it's so valuable for us to check in and touch base, even if we're just saying there's no new news. That touch base lets the client know you're important. We haven't forgotten about you. Things are still moving along. Nothing new has turned over, but we're still pushing it forward and we're excited to be able to come back to you soon and let you know that there's a new development. But in the meantime, we're still here. We're still trucking along. Your file is at the top of the work that we're doing, and we can't wait to be able to keep going on whatever this work is that we're doing. And that gives them a chance to ask any questions that might have popped up since the last time you spoke to them. And when you give people that chance to voice any questions or concerns that may have come up for them that they might have swept under the rug otherwise because it wasn't as easy for them to contact you, they feel really relieved and pleased that you took the time, the effort, the energy to pour into picking up the phone, typing out a quick email, sending a little text message, whatever it may be. You making that effort, that is a high impact effort. And people recognize you don't have to do that. You don't, and you're busy, right? Great clients understand that you've got a business that you're running and things are going really well. And so you have your hands full. And so for the fact that you can build in a system within your business to check with your clients, to contact them, to make sure that they're doing all right, to let them know it's no news yet, but we're still going forward, that all really drives home how much you care about them and that they're valuable.
That's awesome. Great tips. I hope everybody goes back and watches this. I know we're going to get the transcript of it and put some of this together because there's some gold in here. So let me back us up for a minute and look at what it's like for them to send their team to work with your team to a client happiness, I guess this should say, to work with. There we go. Let's make that actually make sense.
There we go.
Can you, so listen, you raised some great points early on about, some people don't know better, don't know what to do. They don't have the foresight. Some people do, and they still don't do it. I can think of business owners that I've actually gone out and in a workshop, they're on their phone and I took their phone away because they weren't it was just so disrespectful. Right. So, sometimes it's all different levels of people need help and we obviously treat them a little different, but, we're coming up on National Entrepreneurship Month and all about entrepreneurs are building businesses and they're growing and they need people to delegate. And in order to delegate, we need to have some policies. Why are we doing it? Procedures, some templates, some spreadsheets, some checklists, right? All the things that I know you work with clients on. But can you give us a little flavor? What's it like when somebody sends one or two of their team members to come work with you? What are some of the things that you work with them on?
Oh, I love this question. There's so many amazing things that I get to do when I work with clients. First of all, Kristen, you really spoke to something that's important. Everybody's got different skill sets. And so it's extremely valuable for you to be able to speak directly to the variations of skill. Working with a client happiness coordinator coach can deep dive into that person's skill sets and tailor where that person's at to grow them from where they are into where you want them to be. So they could be medium skill level, you want them advanced. They could be low skill level, you want them advanced. Whatever it is, working with a coach allows them to be shifted from where they're at. So it can be a very unique and customized experience. But it's also something where you got the opportunity to look very specifically at your systems, at what's in place or maybe what's not in place. I love the beginning work that I get to do with people because I'll do an audit on their welcome onboarding systems for their clients. And we'll look at all of the welcome emails that go out, what kind of organization strategies they've got, what's the timing for their emails. Do the emails have a structure that's friendly for all kinds of different types of brains? Are they coming across easy? A lot of times I've got clients coming in going, my clients never do my homework. I need them to do XYZ. I need information from them. They're never giving it to me, but it's all in the emails. Well, the emails are this long and they're all text. So let's rework them so they're pretty and so that they're easy to chunk down and for people to chew through, and then they'll get you your homework. And just like that, we've already changed something that's going to make a huge impact on the efficacy of your team and how they move your clients forward in your system. Just by like a little tiny tweak, minor, right? And then the other thing that I love to get to do with clients is talk to them about emotional intelligence. I work with them on not only how to deliver great care, but I work with them also on how to take care of themselves when they're handling challenging experiences with their clients. Not everybody has the pleasure of being able to serve humans when they're in a joyful moment in their life. A lot of people are serving clients who are going through a very difficult time in their life, and they are listening to difficult stories on a regular basis, and that can create burnout if you don't have the right skills. So I absolutely love to work with the different team members around how to build your emotional EQ so that you are able to have space for that client's difficult story without it coming home with you or being acid inside of you and your emotional body, right? So those are two of the things that I absolutely love. But then outside of that, we're building the systems, we're creating structure, and we are making sure that we are developing the bones that are going to allow your company to thrive in client care, no matter who's sitting in that chair. Anybody could sit in that chair when I'm done coaching with that person one-on-one, because we're going to build out the manual, the SOP, the KPIs, and we're going to make it all so pretty and easy to read. And it's going to have so many great rules and structure to it that a temp could come in, read the book, and be able to actually do the job without actually talking to a manager or another person. I mean, God forbid you have some sort of catastrophe where the person who normally does the client work is out. If they are, you've got this great manual that we've built. Anybody could come help. And it's so nice because then even if you're busy, even if you're putting out your own fires, they can handle the work that needs to keep going as if no problem has arisen without any hiccups. So
That's
there's
awesome.
a lot that gets to happen when I get to coach, but those are the 40,000 foot headline moments, things that I get to do with clients that I love.
The highlights, as you were talking, I was typing things out and just some of the highlights, but I think that sometimes we know ahead of time an owner, I mean, there's just frankly things an owner isn't as good at saying or coaching a team member on. They kind of need an outside neutral person to address, well, when we role play and you say that your face looks, grim, or that smile isn't coming through. They need somebody. I know you do it, and Coach Michelle, one of our sales coaches, when she role plays with like intake people, like it's easier for a neutral person to say, did you realize that you're grimacing when you're saying that, or you're getting combative, or right? Like an owner sometimes can't say that as well in a neutral way.
Yeah, that's true.
So listen, lots of great opportunities, everyone. I just want to just another shout out to, I mean, Coach Megan does an amazing job. I hear nothing but amazing testimonials from the owners and admins reporting back on how people are doing after they've worked with her. I just think part of entrepreneurship is that you're growing, you're building, you're delegating, and it's having your team really understands customer care, client happiness, create raving fans. So many positions are benefit from having some time, but also building some systems specifically of how do we reach out to clients and get feedback? How do we handle client complaints? How do we gather information of what else does our client want? Those are all things that a client happiness coordinator does, and those procedures that help give that structure and such. So awesome. If anybody wants to work with Megan on client happiness or get their team signed up, definitely message us, let us know, let's connect, see what makes sense. If it's sending a single person, a couple of people, just depends on what you're going through. And listen, maybe as you talk through it, maybe it's not as much customer care as it's, some leadership culture issues that are going on. And maybe you need both. I mean, maybe there's some that the admin, the leadership team needs to focus on, and there's some that we need to help develop our people and get them trained up on. So it sometimes we've noticed that there's more than one thing going on, but I just want to encourage everyone to be proactive in supporting your team and building your team up and helping them really connect with our clients. Because back to the one I had up here earlier, it's customer service is all about hospitality, and that's all about client happiness at the end of the day. I love that connection point. So Megan, before we wrap up, we promised everyone we'd keep it fast, and it's already 22 minutes. So time flies when you're having fun. Any final tidbit or tip for everyone before we wrap up for today?
Final tip is going to be the reiteration of something I said at the front. Say it with a smile, and you're going to be well on your way to giving great client care.
Awesome. I love it. All right, everyone. There you go. Some candid conversations with Coach Megan, Kristen. We are here all about helping entrepreneurs build successful businesses with systems. And that way your team has the structure and the strength to be able to jump in, get the job done well, and feel confident and be productive all at the same time. So Megan, thank you for jumping on. Again, for those that are interested in working with Coach Megan, please feel free to send us a direct message and let's get you connected. All right. Bye everyone. Thanks, Bye. Megan.